Over the past few months, Minecraft speedrunning has completely blown up, and I decided it was finally my turn to try it out. My name's Snow, and these are the results of my first 10 Minecraft speedruns. So my first run starts off pretty normally. I punch a tree, get some wood, make a crafting table, and make some tools. I spot a savanna biome and quickly run over and search for a village, and lucky for me, it doesn't take me that long to find one. I make sure to take advantage of this, taking the beds for the ender dragon fight, and turning enough wheat into bread to last me the whole run. I know that if I want a chance of beating the game, I will need some better gear, so I craft some stone tools and mine some iron. After waiting forever for my iron to smelt, I run to the desert in search of a lava pool. However, it turns night by the time I actually do find one. I really wish I could say that this was my worst portal build, but honestly, I'm not sure that would be true. To start it off, I almost spill water everywhere, but save it with a furnace. Then I actually do spill water everywhere before finally realizing I have no way to even light the portal. Since I don't have a flint and steel, I place some wood next to the portal and some lava next to that and hope that it will light the portal. However, I got bored and decided to go back to the village in hopes that I could find an iron golem to make flint and steel. The portal did end up lighting from the lava, making the flint and steel pretty much irrelevant for the moment. I entered a nether in a very open area, but for whatever reason, I decided to go back to the overworld. Honestly, I'm really not sure why I decided to do that. I go to a nearby lava lake to make another portal to bring me to a different location in the nether, and while I do almost blow up to a creeper, this portal build goes way smoother than the last one. However, when I enter the nether, I return to exactly the same spot. I only wander around the nether for around 5 minutes before stumbling upon a nether fortress. I do manage to find a blaze spawner in mere seconds, but sadly, this would be the spot at which my first run would end. So run 2 just overall wasn't very good. I start by getting wooden tools, running around for 3 minutes, and then falling into a ravine. Though I did take a lot of damage, this actually ended up being quite useful because I found a lot of iron down there. Since I did not find a village, I ended up killing sheep for food and for beds. While running around, I hear lava and dig a few blocks down to find a lava lake. The low ceiling makes the portal quite awkward to make, and I ended up spilling water, making the whole process even more annoying. I ran around the nether for a bit, and for some reason, I decided to enter a bastion. While trying to escape, I got stuck in a hole with some piglins, and I died very fast. Now, run 3 has some mixed results. It starts with me running around for about 10 minutes, but I do have some good luck and find a ruined portal and a sunken ship with more than enough iron. However, at around 24 minutes in, this happens. Yep, the video just ends, and I have no idea why. But anyway, I guess that's the end of this run, so on to the next. Attempt 4 gets off to a bit of a slow start, spawning me on an island. However, after finding some terrible loot in a sunken ship and doing some sailing, things begin to pick up. While running through a savanna, I spot a desert temple and quickly approach it. The loot was actually really good, giving me a gapple, some gold, iron, and a diamond. I managed to find a village quite quickly and used this to get some iron and some beds. I created a nether portal and entered a nether in search for some blaze rods. However, after a couple of minutes of exploring, I realize I am nearly out of food and retreat to the overworld. I decide to search for a village that had hay bales that I could turn into bread. On the way, I find a temple with some pretty bad loot, and also decide to turn my diamond into a shovel. I finally do find some food and quickly spot another desert temple. However, this time, things go a bit differently. Yeah, so what happened is a creeper fell down and blew up all the TNT. So I guess that run's over. So, not a whole lot happens for the first 23 minutes of this run, besides me just getting some basic gear, so I'm just gonna skip to the part where I enter the nether. I enter the nether in a pretty open area. I decided to take this time to mine some gold for piglin trades later on the run. However, I also use this time to search for a nether fortress. After around 8 minutes, I start to run out of options of places to go, so I decide to backtrack to the overworld. Once I find another lava lake, I build another portal and enter the nether. However, this time I am placed above a lava lake. I carefully build my way to nearby ground and very quickly spot a nether fortress. While fighting blazes, I catch on fire and leave the fortress in an attempt to save my life. However, a quick pork chop break gives a wither skeleton the opportunity to land on me and end my run. Now, this run hurt a little because it had great potential. I find iron very fast, giving me the tools to build a portal. I was able to enter the nether within 8 minutes, which is my personal best. But the real thing that made this run so good is I exit the portal right next to a fortress. However, I didn't have the food to supply this trip, and while I do barely survive the blaze, I fall 4 blocks to my doom. Now run 7 clocks in at around an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna try to get through this as fast as possible. Cue the intense music. I spawn in the forest, and after crafting some tools, I decide to get some armor so I don't die this time in the nether. I trade with some piglins for a while, but don't get very lucky, so I decide to go raid a nether fortress and kill some blazes. Once I have enough blaze rods, I decide to get back to trading. Once I decide I have enough pearls, I look for the stronghold. However, I don't have enough eyes of ender by the time I actually arrive. It had been an hour and 20 minutes, and I was getting extremely bored of this run, so I jump in the lava and end this run. Whew. Okay, let's bring back the other music. Sadly, run 8 is pretty short. I find a village within the first 3 minutes that supplies me with the tools for the run. I enter the nether in 13 minutes, which isn't bad for me. However, after a couple of minutes of exploration, I fall in a pit and die. Somehow run 9 is even worse, because this time I die in 4 minutes. I step in lava and the fire just simply never goes out. This is gonna be one of the most pathetic Minecraft speedruns in history. Well, we finally made it. Run 10. It starts off pretty well with me finding a village, and it only takes me a couple more minutes to find a second one. I enter the nether at around 15 minutes and find a fortress at around 20. I successfully get the blaze rods for the Eyes of Ender in only a few minutes. It was off to a decent start, but sadly, that is where it starts to go downhill. For the next hour, I mined gold and trade with piglins. I ended up trading nearly 2 stacks of gold and only managed to get 6 pearls in return. For frame of reference, 40 gold is about how much it should take to get enough pearls for the portal. I traded over twice that and only got 6 pearls. I had gone to 3 different locations in the nether and had spent a ridiculous amount of time mining gold. In the end, boredom got the best of me, and I jumped into the lava, ending the final run. Now, I'm sure you're disappointed that I didn't even beat the game once, but this was meant to be a learning experience, and in my opinion, it was successful. This really opened my eyes to how talented Minecraft speedrunners really are. And hey, if you really do want to see me beat the game, feel free to hit that like button to let me know. If you really enjoyed the video, feel free to hit subscribe because this took me a long time to make. Anyway, my name's been Snow, and I'll of course see you in the next one. Bye-bye.